Today we are going to talk about enterohepatic cycling or enterohepatic circulation. As the name suggests, entero means intestine and hepatic means liver. So there is a recycling of drugs between intestine and liver. So we call it as a enterohepatic circulation. We all know that liver is the main site for the drug metabolism. Liver is the main site for drug metabolism, and in hepatocytes there is also transport system same like kidney. There is a transport system same like kidney that actively secretes drug and metabolites into the bile. In hepatocytes there is a transport system like kidney that actively secretes the drug and its metabolite into the bile. Now physiologically what happens, this transport system conserves the bile salts which are circulated from the intestine and portal blood, and that goes to the liver. Means what happens normally, this enterohepatic circulation, what is the significance of enterohepatic circulation? It conserves the bile salts which are circulated from the intestine, portal blood, and ultimately it goes to the liver. And in case of drugs, as you see, if we trace the path of drug first of all it goes to the GIT, then it goes to the liver. In from the liver, either it will get eliminated or either it will distributed to the various tissues. But in case of enterohepatic cycling or enterohepatic circulation, drugs again goes to the intestine. From the liver, drugs again goes to the intestine, and again it come back to the liver, and that is called as the enterohepatic circulation. We'll discuss this enterohepatic circulation in detail. Now, what happens normally in enterohepatic circulation? As you can see, this is the liver. This is the liver. In the liver, there is, you can see 200 to 500 milligram per day. There is a secretion of bile. 200 to 500 milligram per day. It's a means bile acids are produced in the liver, 200 to 500 milligram per day, and this bile is conjugated with the glycine and taurine. These are the amino acids. So there is a conjugation of bile with the amino acids, and there is a formation of conjugated bile salts. When there is a formation of conjugated bile salts in the liver, it will get transported to the intestine through the biliary tract. It will get transported to the intestine. This is the intestine. This is the duodenum or intestine. So from the liver it will get transported to the intestine through the biliary tract, and these conjugated bile salts will get deconjugated. Conjugated bile salts, CBS means conjugated bile salts. There is a deconjugation and formation of free bile acids. What happens in the liver, these bile acids are conjugated with amino acids like glycine and taurine. So there is, we call it as a conjugated bile salts. When they are transported into the intestine through biliary tract, it will get deconjugated and there is formation of free bile acids. This formation of free bile acid. The deconjugated bile acids again they will get transported to the liver through the portal vein. Deconjugated bile salts, they are again transported back to the liver through portal vein, and you can see there is a formation of free bile salts, or we call it as a secondary bile acids. Secondary bile acids formation in the terminal ileum. Secondary bile acids in the form of deoxycholic acid and lithocholic acid. These are the secondary bile acids. The secondary bile acids again they are transported back or reabsorbed into the liver through the portal vein. This is the portal vein or portal circulation. So deconjugated bile acids or secondary bile acids like deoxycholic acid and lithocholic acid, they will get transported back to the liver through the portal circulation. And most of the time, means 5% of the bile, that means 500 milligram per day, they are excreted in stools. 500 milligram per day of bile acids, they are excreted in stools. So we call it as a enterohepatic circulation. So bile salts and acid are absorbed from the intestine and they will get re-excreted into the bile. This cycle is repeated so many times, and that's why it is called as the enterohepatic circulation of bile acid and bile salts. Bile salts are produced in the liver, as you can see over here. Bile salts are produced in the liver, and these bile salts and acids are absorbed from the intestine. They are absorbed from intestine, and they are re-excreted into the bile. They will get re-excreted into the bile, and this cycle is repeated so many times. That's why it is called as enterohepatic recycling or hepatohepatic circulation of bile acid and salt. So 95% of bile acid and salt are transferred back to the liver, right? 95% secreted bile acids and salts are transferred back to the liver, and only 5% will get excreted. Only 5% will get excreted. Now, there are two types of drugs which undergoes enterohepatic circulation: drugs without conjugation and drugs after conjugation. So we'll see drugs which undergoes enterohepatic circulation without conjugation. There are certain drugs which are secreted in bile. When goes to the intestine, they are reabsorbed and undergoes enterohepatic circulation. There are certain drugs which are secreted in bile. When goes to the intestine, and they are reabsorbed and undergoes enterohepatic circulation, like digoxin or digitoxin and indomethacin. But these are undergoes enterohepatic circulation without conjugation, right? Now there is another type of drugs which are undergoes enterohepatic circulation after conjugation. Means certain drugs which are conjugated through the glucuronic acid. There are certain drugs which get conjugated with the glucuronic acid in phase 2 reaction in the liver, and then they will get excreted in bile. So because of this glucuronidation reaction, they are not reabsorbed because its polarity, because of its polar nature, they will get not reabsorbed. Because of the glucuronidation, they are hydrolyzed in the gut by the intestinal enzymes and bacteria. So parent drug is released, which is then reabsorbed and reconjugated in the liver. What happens? The drugs which undergoes enterohepatic circulation after conjugation, certain drugs which are conjugated through glucuronic acid in phase 2 reaction of the liver. Phase 1 reaction non-synthetic, phase 2 reaction synthetic. In glucuronidation reaction, certain drugs are conjugated through glucuronic acid in the liver, and they are excreted in bile. So because of glucuronidation, they are not reabsorbed. Why they are not reabsorbed? Because they are polar in nature now. They are hydrolyzed in the gut by the various intestinal enzymes and bacteria. So parent drug is released, which is then reabsorbed and reconjugated in the liver. So basically drugs like doxycycline, chloramphenicol, morphine, they will get what we can say after conjugation. They undergoes enterohepatic circulation but after conjugation. So basically, what is the significance of enterohepatic circulation? They will increase the, what they will do, they will increase the duration of action of drug. Because of enterohepatic circulation, again the drug reaches to the liver. From the intestine, drug reaches to the liver, and from the liver again drug reaches to the intestine. So because of that, duration of action of drug is increased. So this is the clinical significance of enterohepatic circulation or cycling.